How's it going, fam? TreesLeavesTeas here, your friendly neighborhood tea guy and herbalist. Today I wanted to share how I got into tea and herbs. So first off, my mom, I'm Dominican, first generation here in the States, born in New York. My mom used to make a lot of, when we would get sick, teas and cough syrups and stuff. I remember she used to take a red onion, cut it in half, put sugar on it, brown sugar or even honey, and then this like liquid would come out. And whenever we had coughs, she would give us that, and it would actually work. We now know that it's because of the allicin compounds that are in onions that are very good for that. But yeah, I grew up with just making my mom making herbs for us when we were sick, and so that's how that started in terms of health. But it wasn't until I want to say 2010 that I walked in. Fast forward to about 2010, I am in college, and I remember in Garden State Plaza here in Jersey, there used to be a store called Tivana. And I remember passing by, it smelled great. The aroma was amazing. It had a lot of like, teaware and glassware and things. And it was just like, a nice place to pass by, and they would give free tea samples. Well, my person that I was with at the time, a partner of mine, she was really into it and bought a bunch of tea, and we just loved it. We started making it. It was part of our ritual then, just making tea in the morning and just drinking it. Well, in school, in college, I switched from business to nutrition because I wanted to become a doctor. I've been saying this since I was a kid. I want to be a doctor. My parents pushed me to do that, but I wanted to become a natural doctor, naturopathic doctor. I had no idea that existed until I got into my nutrition courses. So here I am learning about nutrition and into tea. So I realized that this naturopathic doctor does everything like a normal doctor, 4 years in medical school, but they focus on botanicals and they focus on holistic medicine. So it was all for it. But I realized that only 17 states certify them, so you're not covered by insurance, and basically everything will come out of pocket. So I was like, all right, nick that. Right after college, I then started working for a school called the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I got fired from there because having a nutrition degree, I thought I knew everything, and my job was just to transfer the prospective students to people who can enroll them. But anyway, despite being fired, I was able to get my health coaching certification from them. So here I am with a health coach cert. I have my nutrition degree, but I can't go like a traditional route. And I start working for my cousin, who is a fitness professional for a company called Vita Project. His own company does training and all that stuff. I do health coaching for his Vita Project company. While I'm doing health coaching, I then start getting curious about, what about herbs? What's the benefit of that? If I can't do the naturopathic doctor route, why not I do it on my own and start making herbal formulas for people, custom personalized herbal formulas for people? So I look into a school. It's called the David Winston School of Herbal Studies. I went there every Tuesday for 2 years. I would drive an hour and a half into Washington, New Jersey, just to take the class. And we got education in traditional Chinese medicine, in Ayurveda, in folklore medicine, in Native American herbs, Middle Eastern herbs. We learned not only the science behind it, but also how to prepare it, how to formulate it, how to do case studies and like look at people's health and put all those things together. So now I have this formal education in nutrition, I have my health coaching cert, and I also have formal education in herbs. What happens next? You might have guessed it. Trees Leaves Teas was born. And so I start making my own tea formulas. I do little pop-ups in like gyms and just other little wellness spots. I have my little tea set of, my little teapot, cast iron teapot. I give out samples, and things are going well. But I still need a means of work. So at this time, I then start working in Tivana, the same place that got me into tea. So now I'm in a world of herbs, doing my own formulas, and then retail tea. Working in tea shops has been one of the best places that I've worked in my whole life, but it got me even more in depth. Tea is just as complex as wine. You can become a tea sommelier. That got me interested, but also just the art of it and the design of the teacups and how Asian, Chinese, and Japanese styles have their own way of doing it. And there's a tea ritual behind it. And it's more of a lifestyle. So at Tivana, I get totally into tea. I fall in love with it. They make me a manager. They want to make me an assistant general manager. But I then move to Colorado. In Colorado, I don't continue Trees Leaves Teas. We'll put a pin in that. And I end up working in community health programs and working at a gym and all these other things. But I do end up working in a tea shop there. This is what solidified my dream of opening my own tea shop, but also just the world of tea, of how people don't know about it, but yet it's the most drunk beverage in the world after water. How people are really into coffee but have no idea about tea. So this really opened my world into this specialty realm of tea. Bring in herbs. I then find a little herb shop in town, and then I start back with Trees Leaves Teas, making just formulas for my friends, for insomnia, for lactating, for milk, breast milk, for stress relief, the whole nine. So now Trees Leaves Teas is coming back. Little tea break. Drinking a chai, by the way, black tea chai with some moringa leaf. So mind you, I'm somebody who doesn't like to follow trends. I like to be a little bit of an oddball. I like to start trends. So when it comes to the world of tea, I am getting these little travel tea sets, and I'm like bringing them to me on the plane, and like people are asking like, oh, what's that? It's a conversation starter. I go to places and just ask for hot water because I already have my tea with me. So the point is that this world of tea and herbs is so prevalent and around us everywhere, but yet nobody has an idea about it in this country, America. Talk to Latinos, talk to people from Russia, China, India, Japan, and they know all about tea. It's part of their lifestyle. And so my goal then was like, okay, there's something here. Not only do herbs help for our health, and tea is such a ritual that helps us to focus and to just be part of a healthy lifestyle, what do I do with all of this? Okay, so I'm in Colorado at this point. I meet the love of my life, who's actually working for my cousin, Vita Project. Look at that, full circle. I then move over to New Jersey from Colorado. Not much was going there. I actually entered the cannabis and CBD realm for a hot second, but COVID happened. Come back here to New Jersey and want to revive Trees Leaves Teas as more of a forget about health coaching. I want to make herbal blends. I want to make functional teas because we here in America live in such a stressful life. People can't fall asleep. They have digestive issues all the time. So condition-specific functional herbs then becomes the pivot and the point for Trees Leaves Teas to come alive. So here is the culmination of all my years of experience, of my love of tea, of my experience with herbs, of my formal education in herbs and nutrition. And Trees Leaves Teas is born to bring you that value. So why am I telling you this story? Because I believe and truly believe that there is a value in herbs and teas. And in this world in which we become more and more increasingly disconnected from nature, I believe that reconnecting to it, not only with circadian rhythms of like the sun of helping us fall asleep and wake up, or even the moon with women's menstrual cycles, or seasons with the time of the year and vitamin D levels and things like that. I believe that this is what's going to help us to continue being human in an AI world. And I also believe that this is going to be the answer to not only health and wellness, but in longevity so that we can bring years to our life instead of life to our years. This has been Trees Leaves Teas, your friendly neighborhood tea guy and herbalist. Cheers.